Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And ladies and gentlemen, today you are talking sports with Corrupts. We're going to start it off different today, but we are joined by a special guest here with Corrupts, and we are here to talk about some basketball. You guys kind of know how this goes by now, but
Oh, yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about because the last time we talked about basketball like this was Christmas Eve, and a lot has happened in the last month. A lot. So
Wow.
let's get into it. But wait, before we get into it, make sure you guys go subscribe to Corrupt's channel. The link is in the description. The top link in the description. He is at 73 subscribers. I checked earlier, and he is getting closer and closer to 100. So, if you want other basketball content and you want to see him cry about the Ravens next season, then you can go do that. Big Play Slay is the first in the chat. He says, "I'm counting this and let me calculate the scores again for the 1 billionth time. Corrupt is on the show. Yes, for the 1 billionth time, Corrupt is here. I mean, if I'm
Yeah.
just doing an NBA talk show, I mean, it should just be expected at this point. I don't think I've ever done like something like this by myself. Like I've done Eagles stuff like this where it's just me, but no NBA talks just with me. But Corrupts today, like I said, we have a lot to talk about because in the last month when we last did something like this, a lot has changed in the league. You have Russell Westbrook. Nothing really changed with him because he's still struggling in LA. we
Oh,
see
Russell
still.
Westbrook is playing like an all-star right now, like the best
Oh
player
yeah,
on.
totally. Also, what's changed is that my guy Joel Embiid has been playing like an MVP. Since we last talked, he won conference player of the month in the Eastern Conference in December. And he's probably going to win it again in January because he's been probably
Wow.
him and Giannis have been the top players in the Eastern Conference, and it's them and then Kevin Durant when he's healthy, and then it's everyone else in the East. And then in the West, the Suns took sole position right now as the number one spot. Um, and it's a lot we can talk about today, but we're gonna start off talking about our teams. We're gonna kind of get that out the way, and also too, since last time we talked, LeBron James, he already started to pick it up around Christmas time, but it's just on another level, bruh. I mean, the dude helped LeBron actually. Like the Lakers, I believe, are a game under 500, and LeBron is playing great this year again, and I just don't get it. But corrupt. Let's start off talking about your favorite team. Let's talk about the San
Oh,
Antonio
what's that?
Spurs. What's the latest on the Spurs?
Well, the latest thing that happened was that we traded away Brent Forbes,
Mm,
and to the Nuggets we got Juan Gomez and Hernan Gomez, my bad, and a 2028 second rounder, which isn't
mhm.
really important. The biggest thing that's really important for the Spurs right now is DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray's been playing out of his freaking mind, especially as of late. He's been playing He's been playing like all-star level. Like you said, averaging a damn near triple double. He has the most steals per game. And Johnson Murray's just been the leader. He's one of the best playmakers this season. Johnson Murray's just been going off.
Mhm.
As that's there's it's really basically the same thing since the last time we talked. The biggest thing though is probably that I hope I think that we're actually going to trade this trade deadline. In the past, we
Mm.
haven't done that at all. The Spurs usually don't do that kind of stuff. But I think this year we're going to be a little bit different. I think we're going to be a lot in talks, especially with Thaddeus Young, and I think Lonnie Walker will also be traded away by traded deadline.
Is
But yeah,
he?
Spurs are not a good team.
Lonnie Walker's gonna be traded?
I think so. I think so. I think it's
You
done.
know?
I think he's done. Honestly, 4 years. This is his fourth year. This is his fourth year with us.
Mhm.
Inconsistent. I don't know. I think he should be traded. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what we'd get back from him. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
but let's be real though. This is his contract year. We're gonna really just let him walk for nothing. I don't know.
Hey, get like
That's
a
my opinion
second
on it.
round pick out of him and hope. But about the Spurs, I haven't really been like watching them like from first to fourth quarter every game. But I've been keeping my eye on DeJounte Murray because I like him, and He has just been just carrying. And when he played the Sixers, it was literally him by himself because Devin Vassell, uh, Keldon Johnson, and someone else. And Doug McDermott were all out that game. It was just literally DeJounte Murray, a little bit of Lonnie Walker, but it was just really DeJounte Murray. When they played us, that's the full game I watched, and every time I go and I see what the Spurs are up to, I mean, you guys are in some close games. But for the most part, it's just DeJounte Murray getting these triple doubles or getting like 28 and 8 or 22 8 and 8 or something around that range. But you guys lose. Like that's just basically what it is. You guys are 17 and 28 currently. You are 12th in the Western Conference, and I thought you guys
Yeah.
were going to release a playing team this year. You guys are behind the Kings and the Damian Lillard injured Portland Trailblazers. So it's just sad.
Yeah, but like we're competitive. Yes, we're competitive, but we're losing games. And
Mhm,
honestly, you say that we're a playing team. I really don't believe that. Honestly,
mhm,
you can't really have one player doing good. I mean, Derek White does pretty good, and Jakob Poeltl is is
Jakob.
very serviceable.
Mhm.
But let's be completely honest here, bro. Like we're not good at all. I don't think we're good enough to be a playing team. I don't think we're on the like I view like the Timberwolves as like a playing team. Timberwolves and
Yeah.
the Clippers, I guess, as like
The Clip
playing
yeah,
teams. You can even throw in the Kings in there.
yeah,
I
the
don't think the Spurs are at their level at all, honestly.
yeah, the Clippers are on the playing team, and they're gonna get Paul George back soon, so once that happens, they're passing you guys. I just
Paul
think
George is coming back.
I think you guys can pass Portland depending on how long Dame is out, but like you said, it can't just be one guy playing good for you guys to play up until a playing spot. You guys did it last year, but I can DeJounte Murray do it the second year in a row, just carry this team into the play-in game again? I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's
Well,
just
we also
it's crazy. What's up?
it was also a thing because we had DeMar DeRozan and
Mhm.
Patty Mills, who are both
Yeah,
very very vital to this team. So, and of course, Patty
that
Mills
is
is
that
better than Miller.
that also is very true. You guys did lose DeMar DeRozan, who's gonna be an all-star, probably all-star starter this year. So I
Yes.
mean, losing a guy like that, and obviously Patty Mills was just a great veteran leader, and he could shoot the ball. That just takes out that takes out some guys for the Spurs. And you guys didn't replace him. You replaced him with Doug McDermott. That's one guy to replace two players who had big roles on this team. So I it is what it is. But
You know,
Karam says I don't trust Sacramento. Sacramento's the 11th seed right now. I don't trust them either.
I mean, you think the Karam says you think the Pelicans will be in the play-in. I really don't know about that, honestly. It's kind of
Who
the
are
same
the
scenario over
Spurs?
here, but on like a bigger scale. They have Valanciunas. But what I meant by that is they have like Brandon Ingram, and that's it.
Brandon Ingram.
Honestly, like
Yeah,
Brandon Ingram
and
is the guy on that team, and I don't really see Valanciunas as a long-term option for the Pelicans.
yeah,
And
I've
also,
seen
GG's, because we did face the Thunder
the
last
Thunder.
game.
Yeah, y'all beat them. Yeah. But yeah, the Pelicans are worse than the Spurs right now. They're a 13th seed in the West. I just don't see it, man. I Zion's probably not going to come back. You look at Brandon. Brandon Ingram's a good player. I like Brandon Ingram. If he played for a better team, he'd be an all-star. He's just said Herb Jones in the chat. He's been stepping up, but the it's just not going to be able to be it. And then Paul George, like I said, Paul George is going to come back at some point. You got the Kings, who I believe are better than the Pelicans still, even though the Kings suck as well. I just think it's too many teams in the play-in area, and including the Spurs, who are better than the Pelicans, that they're not going to be able to pass them up.
Karam, I actually really do like Herb Jones, and I do think he's a part of your long-term option, but he's a
Mhm.
rookie, bro. I that's why he's not really, I don't really view him as he's not even close to Brandon Ingram. What's up, Denzel?
Denzel
What's up?
that's not Denzel Curry, but it's okay. We know Corrupt will cry if
Speaking of,
Denzel
Denzel
Curry.
Curry's dropping a new album this year, soon.
Hey, interested. But all right, forget the Spurs. Uh,
Wow.
they're irrelevant. But nah, I'll get into this, I guess. So like I said, we get our teams out the way. The latest on the 76ers. Now, I'll just say this, and then Corrupt, you can give your opinion. Right now, the Sixers are 26 and 18. We are the 5th seed in the West, right behind the Bucks. Only like probably like a half game behind the Bucks and the Heat and the Bulls and all those guys up top, the top four. And to be completely honest with you, it's been a one-man show. It's really been a one-man show. And I want to talk about Embiid more later, but we don't have our problem is we don't have consistency in our role players right now. Even guys who I really love, like Seth Curry, has not been consistent as of late. Tobias
Yeah,
Harris is in trade talks because of his inconsistency. Maxi, we don't want to put all the pressure on him to be a number two option because he's still 21 years old. It's only his second year in the league. And the fact that I feel like Tyrese Maxey over the last month has been one of our most consistent guys as far as helping Embiid, it's crazy because in the last month, Tyrese Maxey had, I believe, a 5-day quarantine, and his house caught on fire not too long ago. And he's been
wait,
one of our.
what?
No, I'm being serious. His house caught on fire.
His house caught on fire? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
his house caught on fire a few months ago, and he's still been one of our most consistent players outside of Embiid. Like I just think Seth Curry, I think he's gonna get back into being consistent. I think he's just in a slump. Not really a slump. I just think he's not shooting enough right now. And I'm thinking Tobias Harris is just I don't know what's up with him this year. He's just not being the old Tobias Harris of last year, being consistent, shooting efficiently. And I think that's the biggest thing. I believe he was a 50-40-90 club last year, or 50-40, like 89% from the free throw line, but he's not doing that anymore. He's not being efficient this year. He's still
It's
getting
like 40
around that.
from three? God damn.
He shot somewhere around that, yeah. He's still averaging 18 points and 7 rebounds a game. And when you think you're like, all right, that's regular Tobias Harris numbers, but it's not as efficient. It's definitely not as efficient, and that's the biggest problem. So I don't know. We're obviously gonna make the playoffs, just because we have one of the best players in the league right now. And like I said, Seth Curry, I just want him to take more shots consistently. He's gonna be fine. Maxi is still gonna grow and develop. Matisse Thybulle is gonna play all NBA level defense. But I don't know, man. I just really want to trust Tobias Harris right now, and I just can't. I just can't. Also, the bench is cool. I would like to add to the bench at the trade deadline, though. I like George Niang. Andre Drummond's fine. Korkmaz is all right, but I would like to add to the bench. And I actually would not mind Lonnie Walker. I would not mind Lonnie Walker. Um, you guys want Danny Green? You want him back? I'll take that for Lonnie Walker. Because Danny Green, I just feel like Danny Green has no worth on this team anymore, dude. It's kind of pointless a little bit to have Danny Green here, but hey, man, Lonnie Walker for Danny Green, bro. Come on. What? Come on. Greg Popovich loves him. He's a good guy. He knows
Danny
the
Green,
Spurs
bro. Come on,
system.
bro.
He knows the
Didn't he get a?
Spurs.
He got like that stupid tattoo, right? Like he where he was like
On his arm.
fucking
No, he got a
green.
tattoo on his shoulder or something.
Yeah, it was like the wet shot, like the 2K meter green or something.
Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
what is your
but
thoughts
the
on
76ers though, to me, I don't know if you didn't touch on it. You kind of broke up a little bit there.
it?
But to me, they're just not contenders. But they're a playoff team, but they're just not championship contenders, in my opinion.
Mhm.
You can't really have Joel Embiid just carry the team if you want to take that next step to being championship contenders, bro. It's kind of crazy. Even with Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, and Ben Simmons all these years, I don't think y'all have reached the conference finals for the East once, which is crazy. Even as the 1 seed last year, you couldn't do it, which is that's just insane. So I do think maybe the 76ers should look to get do more like a retooling of the team, like a quick retooling of the team. Maybe that means they're mediocre for a couple of years, but I think maybe they should do that. Tobias Harris, like you said, been very inconsistent. Should trade him. And what have been? I mean, I'll go to you with this. What's going on with Ben Simmons in the trade? Are you guys going to get De'Aaron Fox, Jeremy Grant? What's going on? Are you getting somebody from the Pacers?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I just At this point, everyone's saying everything, bro. You have reports come out saying this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, but none of it is happening, bro. And we're approaching the deadline here in a few weeks. We gotta get something done, man. This is basically now or never. I feel like why are we waiting so long? If I was right now, if the Kings came up to us, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and a first, I'll take it because at this point, it's just it is. We just got to take something at this point. And I'm not saying let's take like a bunch of role players for Ben Simmons, like trade him for like freaking Josh Giddey and freaking Lou Dort and a third round or second round pick. But I'm not that desperate. But at this point, if we get a good enough offer, if it's not a great offer, but it's a good offer, I'll take that offer. And
Big Fridge.
Big Fridge.
That's tough. He did not travel, though, and the 76ers did indeed lose to the Claw.
Don't have to be mediocre if you just. I agree.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're making it very hard to trade Ben Simmons for no fucking reason. Really hard. They had no interest in that De'Aaron Fox. No, my bad. In the Tyrese Halliburton package that they gave you, which was crazy to me because it was like Tyrese Halliburton. I think it was Harrison Barnes and like a first or maybe even two firsts for Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And y'all didn't take him, which is crazy. And the Jeremy Grant one too is also crazy. Like the 76ers legit think Ben Simmons is better than a top 15 player, that's just crazy. I'll be right back.
Karam says cut him ASAP. I mean, if we cut him, I think we have to buy him out, and we're not buying him.
Oh, crap. That's a lot of money.
No, we can't buy it. We physically cannot do that. It's not like the NFL when we just cut someone and eat the dead cap. When you cut someone in the NBA, you have to buy out their contract in order to release them. That's too big of a contract to buy out. So we can't really do that, man. But when Corrupt comes back, though, we can start talking about other teams outside of ours. I just want to get our teams out of the way. So, man, we got a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. That was just the first part of the show. And we're gonna get to everything else, man. Just to get the chat rolling, what is y'all thoughts on Russell Westbrook right now? And I think we can start off with that. Thoughts on Russell Westbrook right now, because that is a very interesting situation, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts on Westbrook? Trade him for John Wall? You talking about Ben Simmons or Westbrook? Are the Lakers in trouble? Interesting question. They might be. So Corrupt.
What's up?
We're gonna start off this like this. Russell Westbrook. What is your thoughts on just everything going on with Russell Westbrook?
It's been really freaking crazy with Russell Westbrook. There's so many rumors and stuff with Russell Westbrook. There was one rumor that said that LeBron James did want to trade him, want him to get off the team, and of course everybody knows. Hopefully everybody knows that Russell Westbrook did get benched in the fourth quarter. I think of the last Lakers game. Yeah, Russell Westbrook's just not good no more. He just isn't. He just isn't. There's Russ fans who are going to die in the hill that he gets triple doubles, he does this, yada yada yada. He's just not good anymore. He just isn't good anymore. He just isn't. He just isn't. He has those nights, and in recent years, when he was with Houston, when he was with the Wizards, he'd be very inconsistent, but he'd still have those months and stretches of games where he was actually genuinely a good player. Mm-hmm. Would it really lead to wins? Maybe not. But he was individually a good player. This season is totally different. He's just not been playing good at all. He's had a couple of good games here and there, but even if this man does have an average game, bro, like 15 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, get his triple double, he has 10 turnovers with that, and that's just not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. And the crazy thing is Russell Westbrook is not seeing that. He thinks that, which was crazy in an interview, he thinks that people want him to average 25, 15, and 15. No, we just want you to not turn over the ball that much and not make trash shot selections, trash decisions. That's all we want you to do.
I feel like with Westbrook, it was a lot of pressure coming into not only him, but this whole Lakers team this year. I mean, when you look at it, right, they traded for Melo, Anthony Davis going into the season was supposed to be fully healthy. LeBron James is this the last final run. They made the off-season moves, and it's been everything but the championship level play that we've been expecting. Russell Westbrook, I did not come into this season expecting him to average like his MVP years, like averaging like 28, 10 and 10, shooting like 50% from the field. I didn't expect that. But what I did expect was for him to come in here, be a ball handler, be a primary ball handler, make good passes, make good decisions, help take the workload off of LeBron, help take the workload off of Anthony Davis so he doesn't get injured, and that has completely failed. Now, I don't want to blame every single problem on Westbrook because Frank Vogel has not been good with his lineups at all this year. Frank Vogel has put Westbrook in some difficult situations, like putting him in the lineup with Rondo before they made that trade. Like, those two players should not be in a lineup together for many of reasons, and you some reason do that. You close the game with Westbrook being in the game with two centers. Westbrook, with his play style of finishing at the rim, two centers standing at the rim is going to literally get in his way. So everything has just been terrible. And then when Westbrook does have a chance to go out there, right, and play good, and he has the correct lineups, and Vogel puts him in good positions, it's a turnover or it's a missed shot. And then he'll have like this big dunk, like he dunked on Rudy Gobert a few days ago, and he'll have this like big dunk, and then he'll just go back to turnover, assist, score, turnover, assist, score. Like that's just basically what it is. And to be honest, what LeBron James is doing right now, I believe over the last month has averaged around 30 points per game, averaging 28 points per game on the season. What LeBron James is doing right now, he is carrying this team, and Westbrook can't even help them be out of the play-in game. He can't even help them be a top 6 team with LeBron playing good basketball right now. It's crazy. Like the Lakers are the 8th seed right now under the Timberwolves. Under the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves are 7th.
Yes.
That is actually crazy. I did not know that. I thought really
they had the same record, but the Timberwolves beat them this year.
I'm guessing the Nuggets are 6th, Mavericks are 5th, and then it's everybody else. That's we know.
Like
who's 9th and 10th right now?
The Clippers and the Blazers.
That's crazy. Wow. Anthony Simmons is going off for the Blazers. What the hell?
And that's crazy, man. Like the Lakers are one loss away from being under the Clippers, and they've missed Kawhi and Paul George most of the year. The Clippers with these injuries should not be close with the Lakers with LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. It's crazy because Malik Monk has been playing better than Russell Westbrook lately. Malik Monk.
Well, yeah, Malik Monk has actually been really impressive. I have him on fantasy, and he's been getting me a nice set of points every single night he plays. I mean, the only good players on this team right now are LeBron James and Malik Monk. I mean, I guess Austin Reeves has his moments, but I haven't heard about him in a while. I don't think it's. I honestly think it's a variety of things that's wrong with the Lakers, not just Frank Vogel and Russell Westbrook. Even though Russell Westbrook, you can point that out a lot because he does take a lot of the possessions, and he has the ball a lot of times, and he turnover. Dude, he literally has the worst lowlights I've ever seen. If you look up Russell Westbrook lowlights,
this is sad.
I looked it up while I was in school, and me and my friend were laughing the entire time. Almost got in trouble because of how bad Russell Westbrook's lowlights were, bro. It was good, bro.
The teacher said, if you go watch YouTube in my class, at least watch someone good.
But no, seriously though, it's a variety of things. This team isn't really set up right. LeBron James being your center is, that's amazing work. No, that's just you can't have that happen. You need to fix this team. You need to fix this team. I mean, not to go in on Russell Westbrook a little more, but he literally averages like what 50% at the rim, like when he tries to dunk, and when you're dunking, it should be like 80s to 90s percentage wise. That's how bad Russell Westbrook's been this season, bro.
At least 70%.
He can't do anything right.
Like if you're gonna drive to the rim, at least average like 70% field goal percentage from the rim. At least,
Like,
like, come on.
I
It's
don't
not,
know if you've seen that one Twitter space that got kind of raved over. But basically Russell Westbrook's brother came into the thing, right? And all the
Mhm,
people in there were talking smack about Russell Westbrook, right? And before he came in here, before the Ray Westbrook is his name. Before
mhm.
Ray Westbrook came in there, right? They were talking smack about Russell Westbrook, and then as soon as he came in, they started being like, oh yeah, Russell Westbrook would get it together and all that kind of stuff, right? And then his brother, which was kind of the fault of the people in the host because they weren't talking, they didn't backtrack and they didn't challenge him at all just because to get some clout. But he kept on saying stuff like it's not like he has the worst turnover rate in the entire league. Yeah, he doesn't. He has the second though. He has the second worst turnovers per game, and he actually has the most in total turnovers the entire season. Like he's only 10 away from James Harden, I think, and then everybody else is like 20, 30 turnovers away.
Mhm.
It's just. But of course, there's other people that goes into this. Like, their bench isn't good at all. DeAndre Jordan,
He got completely shoved out of the lineup, bro.
like you just need to get better players. You just really, honest to God, need to get better players. You just do.
Hey,
You need to get better
uh,
shooters too. You need to get better shooters. You need to get better big man. You need everything.
I got a trade for Los Angeles. You trade a second round pick, and then you trade a second from this year, and you trade DeAndre Jordan for Mo Bamba.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
I feel like he is a better fit than DeAndre Jordan, and he's a young center.
The, the
He can
Magic will
stretch
never
the
make that
floor.
trade. The Magic
Oh,
literally
the
have.
Magic, uh, they probably won't, but the Lakers need to find a way to get a young big man on that team because when you look at Mo Bamba, he can perfectly come off the bench and be productive on the team. He can block shots, he can stretch the floor, and he's just been developing over the last few years. Having DeAndre Jordan and Dwight Howard isn't working. It's
Yeah,
so bad LeBron is playing center.
bro. Yeah, that is sad. But yeah, like the Magic would never make that trade because literally everybody on their team besides three players are under 25 or under like a certain number, 27,
Yeah, I
28.
think what Terrence Ross like the one of the oldest, and Gary
He's
Harris
31,
like
I think. I think he's the
yeah,
oldest one, and he's 31.
and Gary Harris is like probably like 27 or something or 28. Like big play Slay. You said I'll give you Westbrook in the second round pick. Just give me Embiid. All right, I want to counter offer. I would like to counter offer. Big play Slay. I would like to send you Furkan Korkmaz. I would like to send you no. Forget that. I would like to just send you Danny Green, and you give us LeBron James, and that is my counter offer.
Big play say you wouldn't do nothing to Russell Westbrook, bro. As much as mad as you are about Russell Westbrook, bro, that boy will beat you up. Big play say I don't want to hear nothing about that. Nah, I would not literally
DeJounte
get a.
Murray.
I don't know why I would trade away my boy just to get a. Oh, never mind. I thought you said Russell Westbrook.
Now DeAndre Jordan's just a 7-footer. That's a useless 7-footer.
Yeah, he's playing. He's doing cardio out there. That's all he's there for.
He's just getting his workout in when he plays. That's his daily workout. He's like 40, bro. Prime DeAndre
What?
Jordan. Though.
We done with Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I don't. It's too many bricks on my screen. I can build me another house right now. So I'm gonna just. Yeah. But corrupt. We got to talk about one of the best rising stars in the NBA. Now, this guy this season is just took the league by storm and has become a worldwide superstar. We got to talk about Ja Morant's season so far and just everything he's doing.
John Morant, the league is in trouble. The league is in trouble. Me and MG have had multiple conversations about who's the future of this league, Giannis or Luca or what somebody
Trae
else,
Young,
Trey Young, people like that, right? Trey Young, I don't know about that. But we had those conversations many times before.
Yep.
And John Morant, he's definitely in that conversation. He is definitely in that conversation. Um, there's a thing that I like to follow, right? And his name is TSO Sage. You know about him, MG. And he always goes about hymns. How there's LeBron James is a hymn,
Hmm.
KD's a hymn. Basically just somebody that can.
Being that guy.
He's just that guy. He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's that
He's
guy.
just yeah.
No one else fucks with them, bro. Those are those guys, right?
Hmm.
And John Morant is what he and I call him in training because this man is dude, he's outplaying guys like LeBron, KD, Steph Curry. He's outplaying these guys. He's outplaying him. He's outplaying superstars every time he's on the court, bro. He's making the Grizzlies contenders, true finals contenders, in my opinion. This man is averaging 26 points per game, like 7 and 6, something like 7 assists, 6 rebounds, off great efficiency, and he's a better three point shooter, by the way, and he's a great defensive guard too.
Hmm.
Durant's just playing freaking great. He's elevated his team to pretty good, under the radar playoff team to contender. I mean, people got to watch out. People have to watch out for John Morant because he will be special in this league. Special.
Ja Morant. I mean, this dude is everything you want in a leader. First off, for the Memphis
Yeah.
Grizzlies, you got a guy who really just, he didn't get drafted to a big market. He wasn't the golden boy of the draft. He wasn't the Zion Williamson and all that. He was just Ja Morant, a guy from Murray State who was just looked at as an athletic guard, and we never knew what his true ceiling was. But Ja Morant, the guy is just amazing, bro. I mean, he's one of the most athletic players in the NBA, and he's still developing. He's developing his jump shot. I mean, the dude, the layups he can do, what he does driving to the rim in the air. I mean, the dude is just skilled when it comes to athleticism, and he's developing as just a true basketball player, and his defensive ability has always gotten better. His athletic ability helps with his defense. As you see, he had the best block. I think he had block of the year when he went up for that one, and my man just
You talking about when he like grabbed it off the board or something like that?
basically is
That
that a
is actually
steal or a block? Like he took it
block. Got to be a block because he like hit it. Like, he hit it on the blackboard, and then
and
that's a
then
block.
grabbed it. Yeah, that's probably block of the year, bro. That like when I think of it, like that was crazy, man. And the dude just constantly gets better. He constantly keeps his high motor, and he's going up against the Warriors. He beats Curry in a game. He goes up against the Lakers, outduels LeBron James. He is doing this against the best of the best. 5 years ago, John Morant was watching these guys win championships. Now he's beating these guys. Like, it's just insane, bro. And I just think with John Morant, bro, the league is in trouble. The league is in trouble because this dude has still things I think he can get better at. I don't think he's the best mid-range shooter or the best pure three-point shooter, but if he gets better at that, along with his ability to finish, along with his playmaking ability developing, this dude is insane, bro. This dude is amazing, and his leadership just is great. He's elevating players around him. Look at Desmond Bain. He's elevated him. Jaren Jackson Jr. When healthy, is a good number two option for him. And then Valanciunas had a good season with them last year. Like he is elevating his teammates, and it's just it's multiple guys who are young right now who we can look at as future superstars. But Ja Morant, I feel like it's just something different about him and the rest of the guys. He just brings something different, man. And just that's what I feel about him.
Um, the only problem that the Grizzlies really have themselves,
Hmm.
they're top 10 in offense, top 10 in defense. The only big problem they really have is that they're 24th in threes. That's really it. The only good like 3-point shooters are what Desmond Bain and John Morant. But they're literally top 10 in almost like every. They're like literally like almost like elite or great in almost every other category of
Hmm.
what you want in a championship team. You just gotta get those threes up.
Hmm.
And John Morant's already doing his job. John Morant, before this season was very
Hmm.
questionable from three. Now he's, shooting a decent volume, 36%. I mean, Ja Morant's doing everything. But we also can't forget that the Grizzlies are a team that are pretty freaking good even without Ja Morant. When he did go out for those 10 games, the Grizzlies went 8-2 with Desmond Bane, of course, and Dylan Brooks and
Dylan
all of them
Brooks. Yeah.
still playing for them really well. This team is not just Ja Morant, and that's what makes the Grizzlies championship contenders.
Mm-hmm.
But Ja Morant's out of it. Has been playing out of his mind. He's in both. He's I don't know about MVP, just simply based on the fact that he does have a very good team around him,
Yeah.
and because I think people just won't allow that to happen. If it was to me, Ja Morant would probably be my top 5 MVP candidates. But he's also very much in that conversation for most improved player of the year. Man, what are you talking about, big play Slay, bro? What? Ja Morant owns you? Is that why you? Is that why you're so mad? Also, Jacob, shut up.
Okay, but I've returned. But Ja Morant is the worst player in the league. He sucks. Blah blah. Anyways, what did Big Play Slay? Oh, Big Play Slay. He. I mean,
He's mad that his team sucks.
yeah, like Lakers fans, but corrupt.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, sir.
That is?
Steph Curry hasn't been playing the greatest lately. What is your thoughts on Steph Curry's recent slump?
I think he's out of the MVP conversation. I think he's
Okay.
officially out of the MVP conversation. I think that the other guys have just showed more consistency throughout the season and has just has a worse team around them and has been playing out of their minds, while Steph Curry has a really good team around him, but has been very disappointing. When Steph Curry has a bad game, it's pretty freaking bad. I mean, there's guys like Joel Embiid who's dropping 50, but nobody else can get double-digit points, right? Then you have Steph Curry, who's very inefficient. He just hasn't been playing like Steph Curry, like the MVP Steph Curry at the beginning of the season. He just hasn't at all. There was a good stretch of games where he was playing just downright bad and it's starting to get to the point where it's a little bit concerning because it's not just been like 5 games, 6 games. It's been like a good 15, 20 games where he's not been playing like Steph Curry. Oh, big player. You want to own any player that owns your team? You want a 2-piece? I'll send Keita Bates Diop over there. The Keita Bates Diop Dome. Oh, 7G. Talking smack to Big Play Slay.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
You're good. But overall, I think, bro, Big Play Slay, bro, you, Keita Bates Diop owns your franchise, and I need you to accept that. Anyways, Steph Curry, though, I still think he probably turn things around. And I think the Warriors are still very much finals contenders. I don't think we have to worry about them at all not being contenders. It's going to take a little bit for Clay and that team to get back into his role. He's already had a couple of good games, and we'll just wait until the playoffs. I mean, they're second seed for a reason. I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies do overtake them, but at the same time, the Suns are the first seed for a reason. Thunder has beaten the Lakers twice. All right, it's not gonna be a hate Lakers stream, bro. Let's chill out on the hate Lakers stream. Let's chill out on the hate Lakers, bro. What has y'all's favorite moment from this season been so far? To me, it's been DeJounte Murray versus the Celtics. Ooh, actually, there's a lot of good ones. I think it was DeJounte Murray when he hit that game right against the Celtics. What's up, MG?
About the Celtics, they suck. But Steph Curry, just real quick, because I do want to talk about the Celtics. I think he will be fine, but I think I don't know. I think I'm a little bit frustrated only because I have him on my fantasy team as well, and he's not doing the worst, but it's definitely not what he was doing in the beginning of the season. But other than that, it's all good, anyways. But I do want to talk about the Celtics because I think that it's time to break up Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum. Now, what do you think about that?
You know, I've been on this train for quite some time now. I fully believe that Jalen Brown can lead a good team by himself, being the number one option. Jalen Brown has tons of, and this is I'm going on to Jalen Brown a little bit of a rant, but this man has been, upping his offensive game a lot, and he's probably one of the best defensive guards in the entire league. I think Jalen Brown, my bad, is very much capable of leading a team. And the Celtics in of themselves, Jalen Brown and Tatum, they just need to do something. Like they need to do something fast. Um, I honestly do not know exactly like what it is that's making them not be so good. I mean, they have everything you want. They got Jalen Brown, right? They have Marcus Smart, a very good defender in that too. They have like good defenders, right? They have Jason Tatum, their guy, and Robert Williams is a serviceable big. You might want to, to have it still try to chance with Brown and Tatum, just get a better big man, maybe Sabonis or something like that.
Hmm.
But like you still have a very good team, and they're just they're barely in the playoff hunt right now. They're like what playing team right now? They're like the 10th, ninth seed, and they
Yep.
have the talent. They have all of the talent in the world, but it's just not working out. Whether that be the front office, the coaching, the players just not working together, or it's probably all those things together. That's just not
Hmm.
working. I do think it's very much time. The one thing when I watch the Celtics that's very interesting is that they just, for some reason, just take trash shots. Like they take the toughest shots available. Like oh, there's an open guy. I could do some tween, create some space. No, I'm gonna just do a like a Kobe type of shot. Tatum does that a lot. Tatum does a lot of Kobe type of shots, and they just they die on that contested hard shot, which I just don't understand while watching the
Hmm.
Celtics.
Hi, Rocha. Also, I don't know, bro. I think it's just weird because when you have Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum on the same team, they made it to the conference finals twice before, and I don't know. I feel like it's just not gonna work as far as it being a long term future. Because I mean, obviously these guys are young and they have time to grow, but when you look at it, right, they've already been to conference finals together, didn't win that in there, um, and then the last year, even though Jalen Brown was hurt in the playoffs, when Brown was healthy, they were only like the seventh seed, I believe, last year. And then now this year, they're around that same spot in the Eastern Conference again. So just I think with the Boston Celtics is I just think it's just time, dude. Like they are two great talented players and I think they can play well with each other. But I feel like every time it's just them two when they play together throughout a consistent season, it just doesn't accumulate to wins like we thought it would. It doesn't result into wins. Like you don't see them winning a lot of games as you think they should. And like I said, I don't know what the problem is with that. I don't know why they can't win together. I don't know why they can only be seven seeds last year playing a lot of the season, even though Jalen Brown did have a stretch in the beginning season where he was a little bit banged up, but I don't know, man. They just every time they play together, they're not winning games consistently, or they will win one big game and then they'll go back to struggling, and then they'll go on like a 2 game streak and then they'll go back to struggling as far as winning wise, like not put them individually, like they're two great individual players, but I feel like for the Celtics, Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, as of lately, have not been resulting to a lot of wins on the court together, and I don't know why it is.
Um, after a while, I know B Hub's gonna get mad at me, but
Hmm.
after some time and after a while, gonna have to start looking at Tatum too. Like Tatum this year has just not been the same Tatum we've seen in the past, in my personal opinion. He has those games where he's really freaking good. Don't get me wrong. But he also has those very questionable games with questionable just shot selection entirely. He's just not playing like I know he could play like. And maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's too soon, but I definitely think it starts a time to look at Tatum and be like, "Hey, yo, what you doing, bro? What's going on?" Because this man, he kind of just makes it harder for himself on the court. I've said this multiple times. Why is he taking like Kobe? Why is he trying to like imitate like Kobe a lot with his shot selection? Not even Kobe, other star. He's not being Jason Tatum. He's just not being Jason Tatum. He just isn't, and I don't get that. I just don't get that.
Yeah. And like it sucks because I actually like Tatum as a player, just like an overall player. I like his skill set, but I mean, it's just I don't know, man. I just like I said, when him and Jalen Brown play together, it hasn't resulted into actual wins. And the biggest thing with Tatum I'm looking at right here is that his efficiency has gone down over the last 2 years. Like he's been shooting consistently around the 45% mark. Had his rookie year when he even shot 47%. Now that is down to 41. So he took a 4% decrease in efficiency. And then you look at his 3-point efficient percentage this year. He went from shooting 40% his rookie year, 37, 40, 38. So around the from 38 to 40%. That's where Tatum on his good years usually averages. Well, that went down to 31 this year. So he took a 7% efficiency decrease in 3-point percentage. Jason Tatum is not being efficient, and he's still averaging 25 a game, but that is not efficient. That is just because you're taking a high volume amount of shot attempts, and that's what happens. That's what happened. And with Jalen Brown, um, I feel like Jalen Brown has not been struggling this year, but I mean, I do definitely think he can do things better as well. I mean, he's averaging as far as points go. Unlike Tatum, he's averaging around the same amount of points as he did last year. I believe Tatum dropped about one or two. His free throw percentage, Jalen Brown has actually gone up, so that's good there. His 3-point percentage, though, Jalen Brown, his 3-point percentage dropped down a 3% decrease from 39% to 36, and then his field goal percentage also has a 3% decrease from 48 to 45. So, I just think the efficiency and the amount of shots that these guys are taking isn't good. I think Jalen Brown is taking as far as decision making. I do think he takes good shots, but sometimes you have those cold games. But I don't know, man. These guys, their efficiency has gone down. Obviously, when you have a non-efficient stars, that kind of weighs down on the team. Your team's not efficient, and like I said, man, it's just what they do right now is not is not adding up to wins. They're playing them playing together is not adding up to wins, and I think if not definitely not at this trade deadline. They're gonna finish the season out with Tatum and Brown. Marcus Smart might be traded though at the deadline. That's actually a name that could be
Al
traded.
Horford will probably be traded by deadline too, or cut. I believe more Al Horford's done with this team.
Yeah, at this point, Robert Williams is the guy as far as big men, and I don't know, man. I feel like this offseason, you might have to think about it, breaking these two up.
The thing about Jalen Brown's efficiency is, first off, literally this is the worst. Like this has been the worst 3-point percentage, I think, in like two decades, in a long time. And another thing is Jalen Brown. Yes, his efficiency has gone down by like 2%. From like he went from 48 to 46 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But he's playing. He has better efficiency than a lot of guys, a lot of stars that we consider, very good, like Donovan Mitchell, like Devin Booker, like James Harden, like Damian Lillard. I mean, I don't really fault Jalen Brown at all, because there are times when Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum both. Jason Tatum hit. I mean, of course, Jalen Brown's having a better efficiency season, but there's multiple times where those two guys have to just put their team on their back and just do their thing. There's been multiple times we've seen it a lot, and I know B Hub has too. There's multiple times when literally the only people actually playing good are Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, or both on good nights.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, they're not even playing good together on good nights. A lot of times, like one night, Jason Tatum has like 5 for 30, and Jaylen Brown's playing good, and then it's vice versa the next night. It's like that. It's like that.
Yeah, and I feel like with Tatum, like you said, with them, it is sometimes too where they could be playing good, but then everyone else just sucks. Like I said, I bring up Marcus Smart.
Robert Williams is maybe the exception to that. But that's
Robert Williams probably been playing good especially in his role. I think he's been probably the guy who's been stepping up. Probably definitely their best role player. It's not even a question. But like the Josh Richardson signing was kind of just pointless. Dennis Schroeder
looks like he's gonna be traded.
Dennis Schroeder might be cut, man.
Cut? Nah, too much money. Wait, no, my bad. I forgot he's not on the Lakers.
Lakers, now in that contract. So he could be.
I think he will get traded though. I think Dennis Schroeder
probably will get traded, and can Payton Pritchard get more minutes as B Hub? Yeah, I actually like to see him get more minutes than Dennis Schroeder. At this point, just let Payton Pritchard get more minutes than Schroeder, please. But that's that. I just wanted to talk about the Celtics because I've had this on my mind for a while now about these two, and I just wanted to get everyone else's thoughts on it. B Hub says it's the new basketball. He's blaming it on the new basketball. Hey, that's not an excuse.
Not really, because there's guys like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and John Morant who have like fucking amazing efficiency this season. So I'm not blaming the ball.
Yeah, and Jokic is shooting like 51%. Like, it's just I don't know. Basketball players. You play basketball. I feel like you just kind of get used to any ball. I feel like this kind of happens. But let me see some real quick. All right. Next topic. Next topic. I'm gonna ask Corrupt a question. I'm gonna pull this up. But I want to get Corrupt's top 5 MVP candidates. So when he gets back, we are going to ask him that. Top
5 MVP candidates?
Yes, top 5 MVP candidates.
Ooh, that's hard. All right. Wow, that is actually really hard.
All right, okay. You don't have to name them like 1 through 5, but you can just name like your 5 guys right now.
No, I'm just doing that. I'm gonna go Giannis.
Okay.
I think this MVP race is like so close that KD just being injured for those 8 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. Like 6
him being injured for that amount of time just like hurts him a lot. But as of now, KD. Now you know what? I'm leaving KD out. I'm leaving KD out actually, just because he's injured. And I feel like him being injured in this tight race and him having Kyrie Irving and James Harden back, I think that'll hurt him a lot. So I'm gonna go with Giannis. Jokic.
The wins, that's what I'm thinking about LeBron right now. So you got Giannis and Jokic. What's up, Dante?
Wow. Okay, it's like really hard because winning matters a lot in the MVP conversation. Most valuable player, that'd go. Oh my God, that'd be different people every single fucking year, and that'd probably be a lot not towards the top, right? Because a lot of those teams are very good. They have your occasions, but Jokic, of course, every single year he's the most valuable player on this fucking team. Same thing with Giannis. Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But there are just some guys that are just like. Where it's like all the guys I'm thinking about that are playing at such a high level, they don't have the wins to back it up. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna throw in John Morant and DeMar DeRozan, both of them in there. And so that's what Giannis, Jokic, LeBron, Ja, DeMar, and that kind of sucks. I could say Embiid.
Okay.
I'll just throw in Embiid in there too. I'll have 6 just because.
Okay.
And not Devin Booker. Not Devin Booker. No.
I'm gonna go with a different approach a little bit, but kind of the same. Um, just because I mean, this is a season where wins still matter when it comes to MVP candidate, but you also got like COVID and all that, people being so that could
Yeah.
also be why people wins are down. Except for the Lakers, they really have no excuse why they're under a bit under 500. But nah, I'm playing. But my MVP candidates right now, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna just like I said, KD obviously is one of the best players in the league and should be one, but the injury is gonna knock him down. And this is a kind of a tight race. So I'm gonna go with Jokic, not in any order, just Jokic, Giannis, Joel, LeBron, and I'm gonna throw John Morant. And then honorable mention, I could go with DeMar. I think DeMar DeRozan, I mean,
Yeah.
he's like I said, all-star starter over Zach LaVine, who's on his team right now. So and then you got LeBron, even though, like I said, man, the Lakers kind of have no excuse to be losing this much with the talent that they're supposed to be playing at and the level they're supposed to be playing at. But I'm gonna just go with LeBron, and then the rest of the guys, Giannis, Jokic, and Ja Morant, top 4 seeds in their conference playing, or actually Jokic is a 6 seed, but other guys, top 4 seed in their conference, winning games, playing at elite level. All of them probably gonna be all-star starters. So that's my MVP, guys.
What's up, JD? What's up,
What's
bro?
up, JD? He's a Warriors fan. Don't worry. The Pacers. Yeah, yeah. That game was fun last night, though.
And that's
That was
why
a good
Steph.
game. Mm,
How did Steph
mm.
play last night? Like,
He had 39. He actually played good,
oh,
and
I don't know.
in overtime he was a little off, but it's okay. He played good throughout the regulation.
Yeah.
But next, corrupts. We got to go to the big man.
Okay.
Now, I am. I've had obviously a lot of conversations and debates about this, but today I am just I'm just not even gonna be debating because I just want to appreciate these guys right now. And over the last few years, as the league has evolved, the center position has been dying down a little bit as far as how much you value a center, how much a center actually matters. Positionless basketball, small ball lineups, a lot of that has been going on, which has caused the center position to fall down. But over the last a few years, we've had 2 guys in specifically, and I think you can add a third guy depending on what you think, and maybe a fourth. But 2 guys in specifically have been keeping the center position alive, and that is Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. What is your thoughts on just like everything that they've been doing this season and over the last few seasons, and how they've kind of kept this position alive? At least in my opinion, how what they've been doing at the center position.
Well, I would argue that there's other guys at the center position that help with the center position. Rudy
Mhm.
Gobert is
Gobert, yeah.
probably what a lot of teams are looking for. A very defensive minded, big big center that can give them 10 to 11 points. I think a lot of teams do look at that while favoring the guards and wing players.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's also guys like Karl Towns who are
Bam
still really
Adebayo.
fucking good, and Bam Adebayo who deliver. He gets a solid like 18 points per game while playing really
Mhm,
good defense. But Karl Anthony Towns, Jokic, and Embiid, and I'm
mhm,
surprised you didn't put Karl Anthony Towns, but I think those three are kind of the bigs that the NBA is, likes to watch.
mhm,
Bigs that can stretch the floor, and of
mhm.
course, can dunk that thing because all three of those guys very good finishers. What is up, Josh? What's up,
What's
bro?
up, Josh?
Uh,
What's up, man?
but Embiid and Jokic specifically, bro, they're on a different level. Like it's these guys, it's everybody else in the bottom when it comes to centers with Joel Embiid and Jokic. They both just put up 50 points the other night. I mean,
Mhm,
like these guys are dominating the position. Embiid is it's kind of weird how they're both in kind of the same situation where like it's literally Embiid and like maybe Maxi and everybody
mhm,
else on that 76ers team. And with the Nuggets, it's literally Jokic and like nobody else on that team. It's kind of
mhm,
weird how that is. And they're still there's a reason why I think both of them are MVP candidates.
mhm,
I mean, these guys are dominate the position. They give good deep. Embiid gives great defense. So Jokic has been underrated on defense this year also, but they're giving good defense, and of course they're amazing on offense. That can also shoot the three. And these guys are just better than everybody else.
Yep. I think with these guys, as I pick up my phone, I think these guys, like I said, the center position has kind of been like I said, falling off just a little bit because, like, all right, you got guys, and I was doing like a lot. I was giving myself basically a history lesson on centers yesterday, where I watched guys like Wilt, I watched Kareem, Shaq, Yao Ming, guys like that, right? And I was just looking and I was just seeing like, dude, there are not a lot of true centers like it used to be. You got guys like David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone. I could go on and on about the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s of how the center position was so dominant, how that was like it was just great, man. And it hasn't been the same in a while. But when I look at Embiid and when I look at Jokic and when I look at how they dominate, how what they do, Embiid is just I mean, you guys hear me every night when I stream the Sixers. You guys hear me talk about how amazing he is. I mean, what he can do as a 7-footer with good ball handling skills, shooting ability, athleticism on both sides of the floor. And then Jokic is also a rare talent in the sense that this dude is a true 7-foot center who can play in the post, shoot the ball, but he can also has guard-like passing ability. And these why it's crazy because like you have such rare talents at the center position, and honestly, if it like I said, if it wasn't for these two guys, and like you could add Karl Anthony Towns, the center position is starting to be like a little bit died down because like I said, you have a lot of positionless basketball. You have a lot of small ball lineups, to where you have two power forwards in the same lineup, and your center is like 6'9" in certain lineups. Like Robert Williams is the Celtics starting center. He's like 6'9", and he's considered a center nowadays. And you got other lineups. Bam Adebayo's not even at the 7-foot mark, and you got a lot of guys who just play the center position just because they can play defense and rim protect. And Josh said it, back to the rim, centers are a rare thing now. Exactly like what I was saying about Shaq and all those guys, and back in that era, they just dominate, dunk, lobs, and then defense. Those are kind of rare. That's why a guy like Rudy Gobert is a great center, and he also holds value in this era as well because he's one of the centers who kind of replicates the old generation of basketball. But I wanted to shine some light on this because everyone in Sixers fans and everyone and even myself, we can debate this all day and night. This can be a never-ending debate for the rest of these guys' careers. But the fact that people need to realize is that these guys are taking the center position to another level, and I just wanted to say that. But we got some comments. Josh Claus got corrupt that jersey. Oh,
I forgot that. I was like, what? No, he didn't. But then I remembered the joke that I made on Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was like, huh? But yes, the jersey, the DeJounte Murray jersey is here.
Real Josh Claus got me.
Oh, he's getting it, guys. He's getting it.
Got me this baby right here.
Lamar.
Let's see. Ooh. Really got me.
You talking about the most overrated quarterback in football right now?
You mean most underrated right now?
He does get a lot of hate, but
so much hate. But this is NBA. Like I said, I'm not talking about the Ravens until NFL season is back in action for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, comments. Yes, what's up? Actually, what's up?
Corrupt. Guess what? Jakob Poeltl sucks. Anyways, corrupts. I'm gonna ask you a question. What is your thoughts on the All-Star season of DeMar DeRozan and how he's kind of under the radar with the Spurs, but now he's broke out into the All-Star DeMar DeRozan. He's back in the All-Star game. How do you feel? Or most likely going to be back in the All-Star game, I should say. But how do you feel about his season so far?
DeMar DeRozan has been one of my most favorite players to watch this season. Just simply has. He's probably the most clutch player in the season. I mean, he has the most fourth quarter points. He's just fun to watch. He's kind of added that 3 point ball to his game. His percentage is at an all time high. I think his volume is at an all time high also. But this man, DeMar DeRozan, slept on for so many years in San Antonio. I mean, DeMar DeRozan said it himself that Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs helped him a lot to become the player he is today. So, I mean, I'll take credit for that. At least we got, we got all-star DeMar DeRozan back. And he's having probably his best year ever, honestly. And I think DeMar DeRozan is the best player on the Bulls this season. I really believe that. And I really believe that, and you can just go ask Josh how good DeMar DeRozan's been this season. Oh my gosh, Josh, I don't know if you already have one, but you need to get a DeMar DeRozan jersey, like right now, like right now, because I'll get a DeMar DeRozan jersey, bro. I love DeRozan. He's probably one of my favorite players, like just right now. But yeah, what do you think about DeMar DeRozan?
I'm looking at this, and this is his best 3-point shooting year, shooting 34%. The dude shooting not his best field goal percentage year. He had a year in San Antonio which was better, but the mid range. I mean, I feel like the mid range shot is just it gets overlooked sometimes, but DeMar DeRozan is just the master of the mid range, bro. The master. He's one of the best mid range shooters in the league, if not the best mid range shooter in the league, and just seeing him do that, and also too. His clutch ability this season has been amazing. He has won the Bulls games off of being clutch. And a lot of the jokes around DeMar DeRozan was the frozen or he chokes a lot when it matters the most. Well, we haven't gone to the playoffs yet, but what we have seen is that in the fourth quarter in big games, he has been clutch this year. And that's what you want. If he's going to be your number one, or even if Zach LaVine's still your number one option, if he's going to be your number two option and he's clutch like that, come on now. And I just think his defense is I don't think he's like an all NBA defender, but he's not getting exposed on defense. He's not just completely allowing his opponent that he's guarding to score like 30 points or 20 points a night. So he's playing serviceable defense, averaging 25 a game this year, being the same mid-range guy and being clutch in the fourth quarter. That is what you call a star in the NBA. And he's doing it on the number one seed in the Eastern Conference right now.
It's crazy how people thought that DeMar DeRozan to the Bulls was the worst signing of the offseason. That is absolutely crazy in my opinion. And he is definitely proving those people wrong as of right now. And I think the biggest test, the next test, of course, he has to be consistent for the rest of the year. But I think the next big step for DeRozan is to show that he can play well and he doesn't get defrozen in the playoffs. I think that's his next step, which I think he will do. I think that this is he's never had a scorer next to him like Zach LaVine before. So I think that he will show up in the playoffs, and I think that he's going to prove people wrong even more so.
Yeah, and Josh says Isaiah owes some of the DeMar jersey. Yep. So, hey, there you go, bro. There you go. Shout out to Zach LaVine. He's a good guy. Also, too, the Bulls are injured right now. Dude, do you
very injured.
Injuries? Like, I think we have it's just DeRozan and Vucevic and Caruso that are like Caruso wasn't the starter, so their only starters right now is DeRozan and Vucevic right now. Because no Patrick Williams, he's already out for the year. No Lonzo. You got no LaVine. Like, and there's someone else they're missing that was in the starting lineup as well. I can't forget someone. I feel like someone else is injured on this team. Oh no, Caruso came back. Caruso came back. So
remember, their starting lineup this season was Lonzo, Zach, DeRozan, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic. 3 of those guys are out right now. One of them for the rest of the season. Derrick Jones Jr. was also out for them. Who's I'm pretty sure he's been playing decently well. Caruso was out for a bit, but he's now back. Yeah.
So a lot of injuries. So hopefully they can get LaVine and Lonzo back, man. That sucks. But Vucevic has been picking it up lately as well. And you know what, Corrupts? We're gonna do something here. We're gonna go through every game tonight. That's gonna happen tonight, and we're gonna see who you have winning.
Tonight, okay.
So I'm pulling up the schedule here.
Javonte Green is back, I think.
Is he okay?
Josh, is Javonte Green back? I'm pretty sure he is. No, wait, am I tripping? Pretty sure he is though.
All right. So tonight, corrupts. We have Oklahoma City Thunder versus Charlotte.
Oh, Hornets got that.
Yeah, give me the Hornets. I don't even think that's like a big.
Speaking of the Hornets, to go on their season a little bit, they're one of those young, gritty teams with a lot of nice guards and nice wing players. They need to take that next step, in my opinion. Me and Josh talked about it a little bit in the Discord. They need to get more length and more size on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Plumlee's not the answer for big man. So, but yeah.
All right. Los Angeles Lakers, Orlando Magic.
You know, I could see the Magic somehow winning this game, honestly. Like, really. But it's the Orlando Magic. I really do not. Wait, is LeBron playing? LeBron's playing, right?
Yes. Actually, he's day-to-day listed.
Okay, basically, if LeBron plays, they're winning the game. I don't think, unless Bobamba goes off again, I don't think they're going to be in that game.
So if LeBron doesn't play, can Russell Westbrook actually be a guy to carry the Lakers to a win versus the Magic? Jesus, this is you have to think about this.
Yeah. The team with the problem with the Magic is the Magic, and I talked about this a little bit, is the Magic. They're like one of the worst teams in almost every single category. I think the Thunder, besides the Thunder, who are dead last in points per game, I think they have like one of the worst field goal percentages. They have like trash defense. I don't know. I mean, but then again, basketball, like I said, it's literally any other day. You can lose to the worst team, but still be one of the best teams in the NBA. It happens. I just think the Lakers got that in the bag. So yeah, I'm Malik Monk. That's why I'm going with the Lakers. Okay, against Josh.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers as well. Sixers, Clippers.
Sixers. Clippers are trash without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Reggie Jackson's been the best player?
Probably. And Batum's gonna be out today. And
Batum's gonna be out, yeah.
He might be out, yeah.
You're showing that game?
Yes.
Embiid's gonna have another great game tonight.
All right. Miami.
And Josh did say that Javonte Green is
out. Or he never heard of him being back.
He never heard of him being out, but he's not on the injury report. So.
Okay. Magic are winning tonight, says B Hub. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, you can go with that. I don't care. Like I like that. I just have Malik Monk. That's what I'm going to the Lakers.
You just if Malik Monk goes off but the Lakers lose, you get to laugh at your opponent and the Lakers. The Josh said 76ers as well in B Hub. All right, next Miami, Atlanta. Heat Hawks. Good game actually. Or on paper should be a good game.
Bam Adebayo is back, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I don't feel like are. Oh, okay. Some people talk about him, but some people don't. Specifically in our community, I have not really heard a lot of people talk about the Heat that much. The Heat are really freaking good. Bam Adebayo, I think they're third seed right now. Bam Adebayo's back, and I love Bam Adebayo. You know that. Jacob Eller's been playing well. Tyler Hero's been playing well, and some of their bench guys like Strus.
Yeah.
They've been surprisingly well for them. Miami's gonna win that game.
Also,
who's out for Miami?
Javonte Green. All right, this is the Bulls. I think Javonte Green's gonna be out. Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams, Zach LaVine, blah blah blah. So it looks like Javonte Green is out, and Josh said he is. Okay, so and Atlanta does have, I believe, a few injuries in this game as well. No Kyle Lowry today for their Miami, so that'll be interesting. But all right, next game, Boston versus Portland. No Dame Lillard. Ooh. No Norman Powell. No Dame Lillard.
You know, I really do like what I'm seeing from Anthony Simmons. I'm gonna go with the Trailblazers doing this one in a surprise. Honestly, I feel like I'm pretty sure both Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are playing today. I feel like it's gonna be another one of those days where one of them plays really well, the other one is very inefficient, and the rest of the team is ass cheeks. I'll go with the Portland Trailblazers.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Celtics. I mean, this is a game where Jason
Safe
Tatum and
pick.
Jaylen Brown can actually like just go off and win this game. I had the
Yeah.
Celtics.
Portland
winning.
Trailblazers have no defense, so
Yes. All right. Next game. The biggest game of the night, probably, even though the Bulls have injuries, is probably the Bucks and the Bulls. So we're gonna go with that game. Who do you have?
DeMar DeRozan. I love DeMar DeRozan a lot. But I'm gonna have Giannis. I'm gonna have Giannis win this one. I mean, not Giannis himself, but the Bucks win this one. And I said Giannis specifically because I think Giannis will have a big night tonight. I know Josh and Hayden do not, have a bets in place, and I'm surprised Hayden did not go with Giannis because I really feel like Giannis is going to go off tonight. I don't know. Jeez, I don't know if you heard that coughing. My
Yeah,
goodness,
I
someone's
did.
dying.
I did.
But hey, dude, the Heat. I mean, not the Heat. Wow, the Bulls. Vucevic. Yes, he's been playing bad this season, but Vucevic, he can go back to being actual Vucevic, and that'll be a problem for them. Ayo Dosunmu's been playing really well. Kobe White has been playing really well for them. So do not count out the Bulls. I will not count out the Bulls if I am the Bucks, but I will have the Bucks. This is Giannis. I love Giannis a lot. So.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm not gonna go with the Bulls. The Bulls are just too injured here. I think they will make it a close game. I think DeRozan's probably gonna have like around 30 points, but it's just the Bucks are just gonna be too much to what the Bulls can bring offensively. You're gonna be losing Zach LaVine. You're one of your best scorer, arguably on the offense. You're gonna be losing Zach LaVine. So, and then you're missing Lonzo, who's a key defender, who can also knock down some 3-point shots as well. So, just missing that. The Bucks gonna have Giannis. They're gonna have Middleton. So they usually win, and Holiday's gonna be playing as well. The only guy that's listed on the injury list for the Bucks right now is Brook Lopez, and he's been out for months. So give me the Bucks to win this one. But next game, we are going to take a trip to the White House, and then we're gonna make a left and right and a left and right because we're gonna go to the Washington Wizards and Toronto Raptors. Who do you have winning that?
You said Wizards versus Raptors.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I love me some Scotty Barnes. And I'm pretty sure the Raptors have been on a little bit of a rise recently. I'm pretty sure they're in the play-in race right now, right? They're in the play-in spot.
Yep, they're in the
right?
play-in. Yep.
And the Wizards are what seed are they right now?
The Washington Wizards are the eighth seed. Eighth seed. Eighth seed versus the 10th seed.
Is there any like significant outs for tonight?
Gary Trent Jr. is. I don't think he's gonna. He's day-to-day with an ankle, and that's the key out for tonight. No injuries for the Wizards.
I'll go with the Wizards. I'm not going with the Wizards. I'm going with the Raptors. I think Siakam has a good game, and I think my boy Scotty Barnes has a good game. And speaking of, I've noticed a lot that we really haven't had a lot of like guys getting into the health and safety protocols recently. There was a couple of weeks ago, we were just getting we were sleeping in our beds when you hear ding, ding, ding by Shams just saying, Giannis is now in 10-day protocol. DeMar DeRozan's now in 10-day protocol. Now we don't have that no more. So there's something I want to, that's something that I've noticed recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking Raptors.
Over the last week, everything's been cool. Everybody's actually coming back now over the last week from that kind of stuff. So that's good to see. We're going to take a trip down to Texas.
Wait, who'd you pick?
Huh? Oh, my
Who'd
bad. I forgot. I'm picking the Wizards, healthier team right now. Even though it's not really any key outs except for Gary Trent Jr., but I'm going to just go with the Wizards with this one. But now we're going to take a trip down to Texas. We're going to pass Dallas. We're going to go to San Antonio. Spurs and the Nets. No KD, but Kyrie will be playing in Harden.
I got my jersey on already. I got this Tim Duncan shirt. I'm already ready to go. But Kyrie's in the building. James Harden's there too. DeJounte Murray will have a good game, but we're losing.
Yeah, let's see if he can hold one of those guards to struggling tonight. Let's see.
Guys to watch out for both teams is the Nets, Nicholas Claxton, because he is in reportedly in rumors of being traded away by the Nets. Paul Millsap is also being traded away from the Nets. Also,
I think he got released this morning.
he got released. Huh? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think he got released. I believe it was reported by Woj. Yeah, I think, but Paul Millsap is not a net anymore.
But yeah, the biggest story though for tonight against the Nets, the Spurs versus Nets, is Patty Mills is going back to San Antonio. First game back, I think. So we're gonna see how he does. He's probably gonna put up a show and destroy us. But yeah, so
also
Nets
DeMarcus Cousins is with the Nuggets. If you didn't know that, 10-day contract.
I did know that. It's kind of interesting.
Yes, and is that Lonzo or LaMelo? Oh, they were talking about Lonzo surgery. All right, never mind. Get off of Twitter. Next game, Mr. Corrupts. Oh, wait, before I go, I had the Nets winning, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, the Spurs are favored about 1.5 on this. No way.
Really?
Yes. I
why?
don't know why. I don't know. But we're going to take a trip to Colorado.
Is James Harden playing?
Everyone except for KD and maybe Claxton might not play.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to take a trip to Colorado. Memphis versus Denver. Who do you have winning?
I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure they lost their last game to the Bucks. I'm pretty sure.
I believe so.
What's up?
I say I believe so.
Yeah. So I think that they'll bounce back with a win against the Nuggets. The Nuggets who literally only have Jokic, and they got Bryn Forbes, who will be a nice 3-point option for that team. But I think the John Morant's gonna go crazy tonight. So.
You know what? I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Denver.
Yep. That's your first upset of the night. So
I don't know, man. I just don't think I don't think first off, no one's gonna be able to defend Jokic, and you're gonna have Dillon Brooks out this game. Desmond Bane is in protocols right now. Kyle Anderson isn't gonna play as well. So you got Denver, who they're obviously Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray been out for months now, but I think that they're going to get it done tonight. I think they're going to get it done. Steven Adams is not going to be able to guard Jokic, obviously. And I think that role players is going to step up. I think it's going to be Ja versus Jokic. Obviously, they're going to be the main guys for each team. But I think that with some of the Memphis role players being out, I think the Denver role players are going to see that, and they're going to step up.
Well, the thing about my counter argument is that the Grizzlies are one of the most depth teams in all the NBA. I really, really do like guys like Tyus Jones and the Anthony Melton.
Mm-hmm.
And there's somebody else I like on that team. But I like those guys. I can trust those guys to step up with Dillon Brooks and Desmond Bane now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next game, I think we can just get past this one quick. It's Detroit, the worst team in the East, versus the Utah Jazz.
Jazz,
and I'm.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's not even conversation, bro. Jazz.
Yeah, Jazz.
13.5-point favorites, and didn't they lose to Detroit a few days ago?
Who? The Jazz? No, they lost to the Rockets.
The Rockets, okay.
With only group, is Donovan Mitchell playing? Because I know Rudy Gobert only played last game, and
Donovan Mitchell is listed as out right now with a concussion.
Oh, they're facing the who?
The Pistons.
Low-key, I want the Pistons to win because everybody's been saying. Hold on, where's the
Yeah. All right, guys, he's gonna go get the dogs. I don't know. Donovan Mitchell being out. Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Joe Ingles, Bogdan. I'm gonna still go to Jazz actually, because I think Bogdanovich, Ingles, Conley, Clarkson, they're still gonna be able to step up and beat the Pistons. I'm still gonna go with Utah,
I'm
honestly.
gonna go with the Jazz, but I would not be surprised if the Pistons win.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jazz. All right, and last game. Warriors fans want to win this one to get that last game out of their head. It's the Golden State Warriors versus the Houston Rockets.
Warriors will win.
Warriors will win. One, they own the Rockets. Two, they came off of a loss and they're gonna just destroy the Rockets. But yeah, so that are all the games today, sir. So I'm gonna be right because I'm always right. And Corrupt's wrong.
No.
What?
Can I bring up a conversation topic?
Yes, you may.
All-Stars.
Mm.
Who is your All-Stars? Starting. Because I feel like we can go on all day, and it's like a stream of itself to just talk about the entirety of both teams for All-Stars.
All right, so
your All-Star starters. Who do you think should have it?
So I'm gonna go with the East.
Also, to clarify real quick,
Uh-huh.
just because they are injured does not mean that they cannot be named a starter. They'll just be replaced by somebody else.
Yep. Oops, I flipped
But
the
they'll
wrong
still be named starter.
All right, All-Star starters. I'm gonna start with the Eastern Conference. I'm gonna say that my first guard is gonna be Trae Young. My second one is going to be DeMar DeRozan, and then for my forwards, I'm gonna have Katie, Giannis, and Embiid.
I agree right with you. I think the
Wow.
only option that you could take it is maybe if you want to go with both Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan or replace DeMar or DeMar with Zach. I think it's the only way you can switch up that team. But personally,
Yeah.
even I think that's kind of dumb, honestly. I still think DeMar DeRozan's clearly been the better player over Zach LaVine. I have the exact same starters as you do.
Western Conference, it has changed over recent, but I'm gonna stick with the starters I've had for the last few days. I'm gonna say guards are gonna be Steph Curry and they're gonna be Ja Morant.
I agree with you. I think it's gonna be Steph and Ja Morant. I mean, half of the vote goes to literally the fans, and Steph Curry is literally number 2. So Steph will get it automatically, probably. Even if I do believe that other players have been playing better than him throughout the entire season when Steph has kind of fallen off. But even then, I'd still have Steph as the starter. Steph, Ja Morant. Who's your back court? My bad, front court.
Damn, this one is actually harder. I got LeBron James. I got Jokic. But that other spot is like, because Paul George is playing in that spot before he got hurt, but he's been out for a while now. And he's going to probably come back, but it's going to be probably right before the All-Star game. So I don't think he's going to be there. I just don't know. You could go with another center. You could go with like Cat. You could go with Gobert. I'm going to say, because he's having the best season of his career, you're just going to have 2 centers, I guess. I'm going to say Rudy Gobert. Defensively, nothing changes with him. Always consistently playing as an elite defender. And then offensively, he's been playing the best offensive year he's had. So he's improved offensively, being more aggressive inside the paint. And the defense never changes. Never changes. And he's locking down whoever you put up against him. Locked down. Guards come in the paint, they run back out or they pass it out because they don't want to get their shot blocked. Unless you're a top center in the league, you're not going to want to go up against Gobert. And that's just why. So I'm going to have Steph, Ja, LeBron, Gobert, and Jokic as my starters in the West.
I'll go different just because you went with Rudy Gobert, and I don't want our list to be entirely the same. I'll have Karl-Anthony Towns over Rudy Gobert, and I'll put Karl-Anthony Towns as that other guy. I mean, obviously, he's one of the best centers in the league. Offensively, he's amazing. So just the floor, everything. He's been number 1 option on his team, unlike Rudy Gobert. And of course, I agree with you, LeBron James and Jokic, the other guys. Who are potential guys who you could see being in the. It doesn't have to be a starter, but you can see being in the All-Star game that you don't think anybody else would really, expect.
Draymond Green. Not the best stat guy, but his value to the Warriors can't go unnoticed. I mean, he's a good facilitator, and he's one of the best defenders, if not the best defender in the league. Top 2 defender in basketball. And he is the anchor of the defense. You see, when Draymond didn't play yesterday, the Pacers were able to do whatever they want against the Warriors. And I bet you when Draymond gets back, none of that is going to happen. They're not going to let the Pacers outscore them in overtime. So Draymond is going to be a surprise all-star, in my opinion. I think it's going to be Draymond.
Ooh, surprise all-star. Surprise. He has been really high on fan voting, mostly because of Warriors fans. But I don't think a lot of people expect him to really be on All-Star. I think Andrew Wiggins got that, though. Like, I think Andrew Wiggins will actually get in the All-Star team this year. And it's well-deserved. Wiggins and Denzel really just copied me right now. No, I'm joking. But, no, Andrew Wiggins, I think he's been playing out of his mind. He's probably having his best season. And, I mean, who knew? Leaving a poverty franchise helped him out. No, I'm joking. Andrew Wiggins has been playing really good this year. He's been the second option for the Warriors as Klay Thompson has been out, and he's been stepping up. Probably his best season yet.
I think one more surprise. I don't know if he'll get in, but if we just going off of what they've done lately, Brandon Ingram could be an all-star again.
I love Brandon Ingram. Oh my gosh, thank you brought that up. Brandon Ingram is literally the Pelicans this season. Literally the Pelicans.
Mhm.
Without Brandon Ingram, they only have one win. Only one.
Yeah.
No. Like I'm being serious. Out of all the games they played without Brandon Ingram, they literally are. What's the record right now?
17-28.
They're literally 1-27 without Brandon Ingram. Like literally 1-27 without Brandon Ingram.
That's tough.
They
bro.
have lost every single game that Brandon Ingram has not played. Well, okay, it's not 1-27 because he hasn't played those games, but they've only won one game.
Without him, yeah.
Brandon Ingram is literally the other 16 wins. That's how good Brandon Ingram is this season. If he does make All-Star, I'll be happy about that. I'll bring up another guy. DeJounte Murray has been honestly probably in conversation for best defensive guard this season. He leads the entire league in deflections and steals per game. He's just a pest defensively and offensively. He's been amazing, one of the best playmakers. He's been expanding his passing and his IQ a lot. I don't know if you saw it the other night. I hope Karam is still in here. But he had a beautiful pass to Drew Eubanks under the legs, dunk. And, of course, he's doing it while basically averaging a triple-double.
Be up, says Cole Anthony. The Magic have 8 wins. They don't deserve an all-star. Can they even
Cole Anthony's just not been playing. Yeah, Cole Anthony hasn't been playing like Cole Anthony since he's been back, though, either. Like, he had – no.
Like, Cole Anthony, bro, he's averaging 18 a game. But, like I said, they have 8 wins. Even if
there's so many guys in the – yeah.
Like, Garland is going to be over him in the East.
Yeah, there's so many guys in the East that are over him. Beal, LaMelo, like you said, Garland, who I love, by the way.
And then you got the
I could even argue guys like Tyler Hero because he's been playing out of his mind this season. Terry Rozier's been playing out of his mind. I don't care what nobody says. I don't think Terry Rozier's really good. Miles Bridges. Oh my God. Miles Bridges should make All-Star this year. He should make All-Star this year. If he doesn't, I will be mad. I will be mad if Miles Bridges does not make All-Star because he has probably been the most improved player this season. He's been. I think Miles Bridges will be lower on the All-Star team, but Miles Bridges has literally been the second best player and some nights the best player for the Hornets.
Yeah, Terry's been solid.
I've watched too many Hornets games this season. Watched too many.
You have. I noticed that. And you
too many Hornets, too many Celtics, too many Bulls games. So many Bulls games this year. I watched too many of them.
I've been watching. I guess I just watched the Warriors and obviously Sixers, but I probably watched the Warriors and I don't know, man. I just watched a big game that's on that night too. Like I feel
You
like
know,
whatever big game is on that night, and the Warriors are always on prime time. So
Karam, I have not been paying attention to sixth man of the year at all this season.
I
Like
have
at all.
not.
Like I don't know I don't even know. There's been so much no. This is why. The pandemic has destroyed sixth man of the year, bro. Because people who
Benches.
would be sixth man of the year are starting now because of health and safety protocols. We're getting back into more of a groove where the
Bench
six man
players.
the bench players are starting to be actual bench players, but it's so hard to pick one because it's like the big month and a half of games where literally everybody was sixth man. All like the bench players were literally starting for the team. But I have Tyler Hero as my sixth man of the year if I would.
Denzel brings us
Tyler
some
Hero's been playing out.
Jordan Poole is a sixth man now because Klay Thompson's back. Now he's going to be coming off the bench. So if he makes a good run the rest of the season, he could be. But I guess Tyler Hero. But yeah, Tyler Hero's probably the guy right now. Like, because
Tyler
Duncan,
Hero, 20 points per game off the bench.
even when
And
like
he's been consistently off the bench throughout the entire year.
yeah, because let's say even when Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry are out, they start Duncan Robinson over Hero, so that way Hero can stay off the bench.
Yeah.
So,
seems like a better role for him, anyways.
yeah, he can kind of like because he doesn't have to play next to Jimmy. He doesn't have to just be a spot up shooter. When he comes in the bench and he plays in the bench unit, he's the best guy on the floor for the Heat on the bench. So he can just take the ball and score and do what he loves. So I like that for Hero. And yeah, man, Tyler Hero, probably the sixth man of the year right now. The only guy who's been consistently coming off the bench and who has been actually producing. Jordan Clarkson could also be there because he hasn't had to come in a lot because Donovan Mitchell's been fairly healthy. But those are probably the top two guys, and Jalen Brunson also too has been decent. Yeah, but six man, I think you said it best though. Like as far as like with the health and safety protocols and things, just a lot of guys are forced to start some games because lineups get switched out, and you're starting because this guard is out, and then it's just a lot, man. And I think those two guys, Clarkson and Hero, have been the guys right now who've been coming off the bench. But corrupt. Guess what? The Spurs suck. It's just inevitable at this point. But look at the bright side. You could always be the 8-win Magic. I don't understand how the Magic have 8 wins. Even the Pistons have over 10 wins right now.
Pistons? Are you sure about that? I'm pretty sure they're like 9 or 10.
They have 11 wins.
They have 11 wins. That's crazy. Wow. Speaking of bad teams, that college. Oh, I can't wait to see who gets the top pick in the draft. Honestly, because this is a pretty interesting draft class this season. Pretty interesting draft class this season.
Paolo Banchero is going to the
Magic. Jabari Smith, my boy.
Actually, I don't think the Magic are going to draft a guard this year because they got Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs, who are both young.
And Markelle Fultz still. They also have Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner's.
If I'm the Magic, it does not matter who's on the board. I am taking the best available. Even if
it's a guard they have on their team,
it's not going to be guard. This is the perfect draft for them because I think they're going. If the Magic specifically have the number 1 overall pick, they're getting Paolo Banchero, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I myself, if I can I quickly
yes
promote real quick.
Yes.
Myself, and I will probably be doing a lot of NBA draft profiles / just talking with NBA drafts and NCAA players coming out of college. I'll be doing a lot.
Yes, that actually be good for you. But yeah, you got to go best available if you're the Magic, anyways. This is a good forward draft, in my opinion. I see a lot of forwards at the
very
top.
Very good forward and big man draft. Very, very well.
Hey, watch out for my guy, Coffee Cockburn, having a good season. Illinois.
He's like second round, bro.
He probably will, but he's one of the best centers in the draft class, in my opinion. At least I'll say in college because you got the overseas guys and stuff. But I'll say definitely one of the best centers in college. What are you eating over there? Oh, okay. They had. I only ate.
I agree, Mick. I agree, Mick. I agree.
Jabari Smith. Yo, I can't wait to watch college basketball film, man.
And the reason why he probably has the best potential is because he literally, first off, he's great defensively and offensively. He is a good 3-point shooter. He's a good 3-level scorer in all positions. Good post guy also, but he also brings that energy and that electric. He also electrifies everybody, bro. When he makes a good play, bro, he's in the guy's face going like he's always doing that. Somebody like Chet Holmgren that he does not do that. That's why I love Jabari Smith. That's why I think he's. I have him as my number one on my draft board, but he's 6'10" and can do everything.
Yo, I didn't know
And he's big.
KD went to go watch Jabari Smith a month ago. He was at Jabari Smith's game. Kevin Durant. Yeah, Jabari Smith had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists that night. Nice. Also, too, do you think Chet Holmgren is going to go top 5?
Yes.
Okay. Has he been the best center this year? I haven't watched much of Gonzaga other than their nationally big games.
I think Jabari Smith is listed as a power forward, so yes, he is actually because Walker Kessler is Auburn's center.
Yeah.
So Chet Holmgren will be the best center.
Cool. Too bad he can't guard Kofi Cockburn because he's too skinny. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, Kofi Cockburn is the guy, bro. He's literally baby Shaq, bro. He's not Shaq, but like, bro, he literally is a bully, bro. To every other college center compared to college. Obviously in the NBA, he's not gonna like bully people like he do, but bro, this man is a bully, bro.
Karam, it's gonna be really hard because bro. The Rockets, first off, are really trash this year in the West, right? They're under y'all. And then you have the Pistons and the Magic, and maybe even the Pacers, I forgot, who are even worse than you guys. It's gonna be really hard to get in the top 3 this year. Because the bottom feeders are really, really fucking bad this year.
And New Orleans too. They like you said, every time Brandon Ingram is not gonna play, that's an automatic go. So you got the lottery actually gonna be interesting because I mean obviously the worst teams have the best chances, and it's a lot of teams that are worse than the Thunder this year. That's crazy. But the Thunder will have the most picks, obviously, so they'll have more chances to get more players. While other teams are probably gonna get higher recruited players. So, but the Thunder in a good position. Who they draft? Josh Giddey. He's working out. So as long as they keep drafting well, keep drafting guys with good potential, they'll be all right.
All the Spurs have to do is lose a couple more games, and they're bottom 3 in the West.
But
you know what?
When is Greg Popovich going to truly tank like the Oklahoma City Thunder? Like
he's never going to tank. He's never going to tank.
He's just never going to do that. He's always going to be competitive.
I mean, he tanked once. He tanked once, but that's because everybody got injured. But I honestly believe that Greg Popovich will retire in the next season or even after this season. But B-Hub actually brings up a great topic point. Trade deadline. Who do you think will get traded, and who do you think should get traded? What do you think of some of the trade options and trade teams that will be very, very much active in the trade market?
Whether the Kings go after Ben Simmons or not, I think they got to start getting rid of some guys there. Harrison Barnes still has some value. He's a good veteran who can score, true power forward. So he's going to have value. Unless they're getting Ben Simmons, I don't think they're going to trade Halliburton, but definitely Harrison Barnes and Marvin Bagley starting to get a lot more minutes. So if they do want to keep Marvin Bagley and give him another year to prove himself, then you definitely trade Harrison Barnes away at the power forward position. But if not, then you trade Marvin Bagley or trade both of them, and you get a better power forward in the draft because it's like we said, it's a very forward heavy draft. So I think them two, Buddy Hield might be an interesting thing. I think the Lakers are going to make a move for him or try at least.
It's also recently been reported that they're allowing calls and allowing trade offers for Rashawn Holmes, which I found to be very interesting because they're the best big man they have besides what, Keita? No, Keita's on the no, actually yes, Keita. Besides Keita, who I do love Keita. But that's their big man. So if you trade him away, I don't really know why you would do that. If they do that, if they trade, the Kings, I think, are just going full rebuild mode. I think that what they should do is keep Halliburton and Davion Mitchell. Everybody else is gone, which is probably what's going to happen this trade deadline, honestly. I think
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox might find his way off his team by the end of the trade deadline.
Yeah. Also, too, I guess they have Alex Len. Alex Len. Oh, but also, yeah, I think Buddy Hield's probably gonna go. I think the Lakers are gonna make a push for him as well. Jeremy Grant, Chicago. They want to make a big championship run.
Who would they give away for that though?
Apparently, Patrick Williams would be like the main guy. With, I guess, some picks. So it's like, you want to keep Patrick Williams in the future, or do you want to get Jeremy Grant and make a championship run for the now? That's an interesting, very, very interesting. Big Fridge, good question. Does John Collins get traded?
I think a lot of guys from the Hawks do get traded.
Because he
So
already
underrated
traded Cam
guys.
Reddish.
Cam Reddish, yeah. He already got traded to the Knicks, which is a great move by the Knicks, by the way.
Great move by the Knicks, yeah.
But I think John Collins will get traded. That could be potentially my San Antonio Spurs. I don't think so. I think to just quickly touch on the Spurs real quick. The Spurs will trade away Thaddeus Young and probably shop around Lonnie Walker, and that's about it. But Jeremy Grant to the Bulls, that's a very interesting one. Personally, I wouldn't do it because I know that you'd have to get rid of some key guys, some draft picks, and Jeremy Grant. I just don't know how that fit. Like, I just don't know how that.
He go back to his Nuggets role, I guess. He won't be as much of a scorer. He go back to his Nuggets role, be like the third or fourth option.
The Celtics have the potential to be the biggest trade this season. And why do I think that? I honestly would not be surprised if Jaylen Brown does get traded this trade deadline. Like, wouldn't be surprised at all. That'd be crazy, and it would be definitely crazy. And when that happens, I'd be like, what? But I would not be surprised if he does get traded. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think
you have to do something. What? They're the 10th seed right now in the East. They have to do something. And if they do decide to finally just keep Tatum and get rid of everybody else, Jaylen Brown's gone. And I think Marcus Smart's also going to be in the market. I already said Dennis Schroeder. A lot of people will be on the market for the Celtics, besides probably Tatum. And I would be surprised if Robert Williams does get traded away.
Yeah, Robert Williams not going to get traded. Brad Stevens is a madman with the trades. Let me see. I'm looking at some guys here.
And of course, Bobo won't get traded probably. Well, he probably might.
I don't even think he can be. I don't think
there's 15. There's a 15. I think there's like a 15-game clause that he cannot be traded in 15 days.
When I look at the Nets, you said Claxton could be traded.
If Paul Mouse has not been,
I actually think Danny Green might be gone. I really do. Maybe because I want him gone. Probably that's too. But I would not be surprised because Matisse Thybulle coming into the season, Danny Green was a starter. Then Matisse Thybulle took his starting role. So now I'm interested to see what happens. Obviously, Ben Simmons for us. And you guys said Danny Green. Kevin Love could be interesting. He's averaging 14 a game this season off the bench. The Lakers fans, not the Lakers organization, Lakers fans have been saying Kevin Love for years. I'm just going down the list of teams here. Washington, think they're gonna stick where they're at. If they might trade one of their big men because they have Gafford, Thomas Bryant, and Harold that all play center. So
I've actually heard that Montrezl Harrell might get traded. Like, I've actually heard rumors of that.
Yeah, they gotta trade one of their big men.
Another big name that could somehow crazily be traded, which again I would not be surprised if it happened. Zion.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if he got traded.
Zion teaming up with Duke buddies over there with the Knicks.
Imagine that'd be a blockbuster trade. I'm trying Raptors. Raptors. Raptors are gonna stay where they're at. I think they're fine. The Knicks, they kind of
could trade for Zion.
Could trade for Zion, but if not, they're probably gonna stay where they're at. They got Cam Reddish. I think they're gonna be more sellers anyway.
They might trade away somebody like Alec Burks, maybe.
Yeah, Burks. Yeah, he might be off the Hawks. I think Atlanta could trade either Gallinari or Bogdanovich.
I guess they said literally anybody on that team besides trading Clint Capella.
Obviously, John Collins. We talked about that. Pacers. a lot of people could be off the board. Brogdon could be off. Miles Turner, Karis LeVert, three guys who have been in trade talks. I want Karis LeVert to go to tender. I love Karis LeVert actually. It sucks that he couldn't stay with Brooklyn because I think he'd be like just a perfect like six man for the Nets right now.
I think Miles Turner and Sabonis will be treated by a deadline, and that'll probably, and if nothing else big happens, like I said, Jalen Brown or Zion Williamson, that'll probably be the biggest trades of the trade deadline.
Yo, if this BF says I want Brogdon, if the Celtics somehow like find a way to package up Marcus Smart and someone else for Brogdon, that'll be a dub for the Celtics actually. But let's see the Pistons, Jeremy Grant. Other than that, I don't see them trading anyone. Orlando, they have too many young players. They're gonna let them develop, and if not, they let them walk in free agency. The Suns, I think the Suns are gonna stay put in trade talks. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't really think they can do anything. The Warriors, no. The Grizzlies, can't really think of anybody they would trade for or trade away. The Jazz, no. The Mavericks could trade for a big man. That could be Montrezl Harrell.
Good trade for Marcus Harrell, Miles Turner, even Sabonis, which would be crazy.
Yeah,
Karam says, should the Pacers tear it down?
probably. Yeah, yeah.
If you did
Uh,
watch my Pacers What's Going On video, the
yes.
owner does not want to rebuild, actually. But um, interesting story there. Herb Simon, which is the owner of the Pacers, he wants to retool, not rebuild. But they should honestly just rebuild.
All right. Yeah, Dallas. They're probably gonna give a big man minute. Denver. I think they're just gonna wait till Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. come back, and then they'll just kind of go from there. Minnesota. I think they're kind of gonna stay where they at. They're the seventh seed right now. Wow. They actually might make the playoffs this year. Wow. That's I actually would.
That's crazy.
I like Anthony. I like Anthony Edwards, so I wouldn't be mad. Lakers. I brought up Buddy Hield. That I think they're gonna go after him.
They might also be the biggest name in the offseason. Russell Westbrook probably won't get traded, but maybe someone takes the risk.
Man, if someone takes that risk, that'd be crazy. But the Spurs, you said probably only Lonnie Walker and
Thaddeus
Thaddeus
Young
Young.
and Lonnie Walker. I would be very surprised if anybody else gets traded on that team. To be honest,
Pelicans, I do think Josh Hart could get traded.
Josh Hart could be traded, and maybe they do some underrated moves like Devontae Graham.
Devontae Graham, trade him away. Actually, I can see Devontae Graham going to a team that needs a guard off the bench. And they recently got Valanciunas. I think they're gonna keep him the rest of the year. And then Zion. And then OKC, they're gonna stay put. They have draft picks for a reason. They're not gonna trade away anybody.
They could make some moves, like some underrated signings here and there. Probably not.
Unless they trade away, like I think Derek Favors is probably the most tradable person on that team. That's not like Young. And then the Rockets. Actually, that's interesting.
Another big name. I would not be surprised if Christian Wood is traded. I would not be surprised at all. I said this in one of my videos that Christian Wood has been very disappointing this year, and a lot of Rockets fans do want him gone. Christian Wood can definitely be traded and have Sengun as the number one option. Kevin Porter Jr. Somehow get traded. And if they somehow move the heavens and the earth, John Wall will be traded. So.
Oh, if they can get that contract off, Jesus, man. Kenrich Williams, he plays for the Thunder, doesn't he? Kenrich Williams is all right. I don't know if he'll be traded or not. Probably be one of them small trades. This is a big problem for the Warriors going forward. They need to sign a true center to attend the contract. They can't keep counting on Draymond. They just need James Wiseman to hurry up. I don't want to obviously when the player gets hurt, you want him to recover. But it's been a while since James Wiseman has played, and you actually need James Wiseman right now if you're the Warriors. You drafted him top 5. You need James Wiseman to come and play basketball. Like it's actually starting to get concerning that James Wiseman isn't back by now or isn't even on track to be back. I'm actually kind of disappointed that James Wiseman is not back.
Uh, yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm very concerned about James Wiseman because if James
Hmm.
Wiseman does all this, comes back, and he like he's just not the guy. They need to look for a center very bad and a big man very bad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like he said, Draymond Green, you can't rely on him forever. The Warriors said that they're going to probably trade Damon Lee and Nemanja Bjelica. They are on the trade list to be traded. Oh, interesting. I can definitely see that happen. Mick said James Wiseman had a second surgery. Really, I did not know that. Um, honestly, I might be done with Wiseman if I'm the Warriors.
It sucks. He has loads of potential, bro. I like Wiseman coming out of Memphis, but I just you can't keep you're the Warriors. I mean, look, Kevon Looney has been more reliable. Like, and no disrespect to Looney, but he's not a starter. I think Kevon Looney is a good bench center, but he should not be starting right now, and he has to because they're just waiting on Wiseman. But Looney is a good bench. Like I said, a bench center. I'll take Kevon Looney all day. But as a starter, he's just not going to go up against the top big men in the league. They're in the Western Conference that has Nikola Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert in the same conference. They're going to be playing these types of guys in the playoffs, and they need like I said they need James Wiseman to come back, or they gotta move on from Wiseman and get a center like a Miles Turner potentially. And if the owner of the Pacers can actually look and say, "All right, I'll just rebuild," then you get James Wiseman from Miles Turner, and then you hope James Wiseman comes back next year healthy and he can play well, and he could be a good for your future. So, I think the Warriors, like I said, if Wiseman's not going to come back by the time, by like a month before the playoffs or something like that, then I'm looking to get rid of him by this offseason. So, I like Wiseman, but you can't keep waiting on him if you're the Warriors, man. You can't keep doing it. That's just what I think. But corrupts. Anything else you have to say about the trades, the trade deadline?
Um, no. Hopefully it's a big trade deadline. Last trade deadline, it was very like little trade here and there. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Um,
The Vucevic trade was the big deal.
yeah, yeah. Aaron, I think Aaron Gordon also was a big
Aaron
trade.
Gordon. Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I hope that big trades do happen. The reason why they didn't say anything about his second injury is because everyone was gonna make a big deal out of it. He had it in December, so the Warriors kept it a secret. Drew, do you believe in Wiseman? Do you think Wiseman is the center for you guys? Let me know. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's done. I just hope that you're going to see a lot of small trades, but you're going to see a lot of. I think we're going to see a lot of good big trades this season for this trade deadline also. Ah,
I forgot I was muted before. I was talking for like the last couple of seconds, but the Warriors. That's gonna be interesting, but corrupts. The trade deadline is gonna be here. So I say we do this again either right before or during the trade deadline. We
yeah,
come
let's
on
do it
here.
during the trade deadline. When is the trade deadline actually?
I think it's the February 10th. So that day, I
Yeah,
believe
it is.
the deadline's around like 4 o'clock. So go live around the same time we did today, 3:30. I don't know what day. I gotta see what day that is though.
I think that's a Friday. Wait, no, 18th, 19th. No, that's like a Wednesday, isn't it?
I'm gonna
Thursday.
look on my calendar.
You're looking now.
Calendar
All
February
right, look.
10th. That is a Thursday. So just depending on school times, but we can do that.
What? Can you look it up when it actually starts?
I believe the deadline is at 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that then.
Yeah.
There's no more
Come on.
football, and there's only trade deadline. And I
Yeah.
think that's during. No, that's not during All Star break. I think All Star break starts the 16th,
No,
right?
I think that's a week before All-Star break. I think. Yeah. Before like the skills challenge, all that stuff. Yeah. But so okay, that's so trade deadline Thursday that week, and then the All-Star break that week following. So, but corrupt. Anything else you have to say in the basketball world? Anything that we didn't talk about that was major going on?
No, not really. We could probably go in more into depth about certain little things, but like championship contending, and a little bit more in depth about All Stars. But I think we covered pretty much everything that we
Yeah,
needed
yeah.
to.
Arturo, Corrupt. I'd like you to read that comment actually.
Can we all agree? No, Arturo, you're dumb.
Oof, he said that you stupid.
You
But
dumb, bro.
yeah, I think that is it today, sir. Corrupts.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out his channel. A lot of basketball content. Link is at the top of the description. Gonna probably be posting basketball content, not only NBA, but college basketball as well. So it definitely will be back here for the trade deadline. Also too, college basketball, we can do some of that. I know Isaiah wanted to do March Madness, so we can set some things up for that as well. So a lot of things going on in the basketball world next 12 months. Trade deadline is in about 2 or 3 weeks. All-Star break after that. And then you got the last 2 months of the NBA, which is March and April. So it's going to be a good time in the basketball world, especially after the Super Bowl. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. And Corrupt's link is at the top of the description. So make sure you check out his channel, like I said. And ladies and gentlemen, don't clown him about the Ravens. Please don't. He's already down. His Spurs aren't that good. So just give him positive comments, please. Just tell him, you know what? Just tell him, you know what? DeJounte Murray's so good. And you know, the Ravens will be back next year. Don't be like, brother, Ravens suck. Bro, come on, the Spurs. Like come on, don't do that. He's already down. He's already down.
I need this.
But yeah, so check out his channel, link at the top of the description. And Corrupt, any last words you have to say to the people?
No, not really. Drew, I see your comment. I question that a little bit to see if Wiseman is the center, but I mean, Wiseman has loads of potential. There's a reason why he was picked number 2 in that draft. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's basically it. NBA is a fun season so far. I cannot wait to see how it ends. And I will see you guys because I think we're gonna do the trade deadline on Thursday. On February 10th.
Thursday. Yep. So mark your calendars. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you will see us together then. But other than that, B-Hub, I don't know what you're laughing at. The Celtics might be worse than the Spurs. What? But nah. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everyone for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, everything that you guys do. I appreciate y'all for watching. Just remember, the Celtics aren't a good basketball team. It's okay. You know, not everyone can have Joel Embiid on their team. And that's my motto. Not everyone can have Joel Embiid on their team. It just not everyone can have him. But it's okay. You'll be great one day. Just not today. But ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for watching. And until next time, we are out. Peace.